You're here because money feels urgent. It slips through your hands. It arrives too slow. It never feels like enough. And yet, what if I told you, in the next 5 minutes, you can begin changing that pattern forever? Not in weeks, not in months, but today, now. This is not about hustling harder. It's not about chasing opportunities. It's not about waiting for luck. It's about flipping the one switch that controls it all. Your inner state. Money doesn't begin in the world outside. It begins in your imagination, the way you see yourself, the way you feel when you picture money in your hands. And here's the part you've never been told. When you imagine correctly, with intensity and clarity, your outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself. Right now, you may think you need strategy. You may think you need more hours, more effort, more sacrifice. But you don't. You need alignment. You need inner proof before outer proof can appear. So I want you to do something radical with me. For the next few minutes, forget the bills waiting on your desk. Forget the stress that tightens your chest. Forget the old story of lack, because you are stepping into a different state, a state where money finds you, where opportunities reach for you, where the flow begins here, inside you, and spills out into your life. You might not believe it yet. That's okay. Skepticism is normal. But by the end of this session, you won't just believe. You'll feel it. And once you feel it, it's only a matter of time before you see it. This is the 5-minute money miracle. And it works because of a principle that never fails. You do not manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. So if right now you see yourself as broke, struggling, or behind, life has no choice but to echo that image. But when you see yourself as already provided for, when you feel the cash in your hand before it arrives, when you live the relief and gratitude of financial freedom in your imagination, life mirrors it back, fast. In this video, you're going to discover exactly how to do this, step by step. And you'll do it in 5 minutes a day. Imagine 5 minutes of focus replacing years of frustration, 5 minutes unlocking new streams of income, 5 minutes transforming the way money responds to you. This is not theory, this is practice, and you're about to practice it with me. But before we dive in, here's the first thing I need you to remember. This is not begging. This is not hoping. This is not waiting. This is claiming. You're not trying to get money. You're becoming the version of yourself who already has it. And when you become that version inside, the outside must follow. So take a breath. Let your body know this is real. Because the next 60 minutes are not entertainment. They're transformation. If you're ready, say to yourself silently, I am ready for my money miracle. Say it again. Let it sink. This is the moment everything begins to shift. And while we go deeper into these chapters, remember, your mind is the factory. Your emotions are the fuel. And the world outside is just the delivery system. By the end of this journey, you won't just understand how money works. You'll feel why it has always been waiting for you. Now let's begin. The shock. Why money slips away from you. You've probably asked yourself this question more times than you can count. Why does money keep slipping through my fingers? You work, you push, you plan, but it never seems to stick. The paycheck arrives and it vanishes before the end of the month. The unexpected bill appears out of nowhere. The opportunity you thought was guaranteed falls apart. It feels like a cruel game, like life is against you, like money is running away faster than you can chase it. And the truth is, most people never escape this cycle, not because they're lazy, not because they're unworthy, but because they've been taught to fight the wrong enemy. You've been told the problem is out there. Not enough opportunities, not enough hours in the day, not enough effort on your part. So you work harder, you sacrifice more, you live with the weight of constant pressure. But money still refuses to stay. And the harder you push, the faster it disappears. Here's the shock most people never discover. Money doesn't begin outside. It doesn't start with the job. It doesn't start with the client. It doesn't even start with the number in your bank account. Money begins in your inner state. And if your inner state is lack, then no matter how much money comes, it will drain away. Think about it. When you see yourself as broke, every decision you make is colored by that image. You hesitate to invest. You cling to what little you have. You expect disappointment, and those expectations shape the very circumstances you fear. When you identify as the person who never has enough, you unconsciously create situations that confirm it. A random expense here, a missed opportunity there, one more reason to feel what you already believe. This is why the old story repeats itself. Not because you aren't trying, not because you don't care, but because you're trapped inside an identity that keeps producing the same result. And until that identity shifts, nothing changes. You could win the lottery today, and in a year it would be gone, because the outer money can't survive if the inner state is still lack. That's the truth most people never hear, and that's why they keep chasing money without ever catching it. But here's the good news. The cycle can end, not with more struggle, not with more effort, but with a new inner image. If money is running from you, it's not because it hates you. It's because you've been unknowingly imagining yourself as the person it avoids. The shock is painful, yes, but it's also powerful, because once you see the real cause, you can finally change it. And that's exactly what you're going to do in the next chapter. The revelation, imagination as the source of money. You've been told that money is created by hard work, that dollars appear when you put in the hours, that wealth belongs to the lucky few who grind harder than everyone else. But if that were true, the hardest workers would be the richest. And you already know that's not how it works. Some people work to exhaustion and stay broke. Others seem to attract opportunities with ease. What separates them? It isn't effort. It isn't even education. It's imagination. Neville Goddard revealed a truth that changes everything. You do not manifest what you want. You manifest what you imagine. Read that again. You manifest what you imagine. Right now, you live inside a mental picture of yourself. That picture is the silent blueprint of your life. It decides what opportunities you notice. It decides what risks you take. It decides how people respond to you. And the shocking part is, most of this happens unconsciously. You aren't even aware of the images you're projecting, but life is responding to them anyway. If you imagine money is scarce, life mirrors scarcity. If you imagine money slips away, life gives you proof of loss. If you imagine yourself always trying but failing, life arranges itself to match. Your imagination is the seed, money is the fruit. Change the seed, and the fruit must change. This is not theory, this is law. And once you start using it consciously, money begins to move toward you instead of away from you. Think of someone who always seems lucky. They're not lucky. They're living from an inner image of abundance. They've accepted wealth as natural, so life bends to confirm it. Now here's the urgent question. What picture are you holding of yourself right now? Be honest. Do you imagine yourself struggling, anxious, behind on bills? Do you picture yourself hoping for money instead of already having it? Do you secretly feel that money belongs to other people but not to you? If so, that's the movie you've been playing in your mind, and the outer world is just the screen showing you that movie. Neville taught that the screen isn't the cause, it's the effect. If you don't like the scene you're watching, don't fight the screen. Change the reel inside. That's the revelation most people never discover, and that's why they stay trapped. They try to rearrange the outer world without ever shifting the inner world, but you're about to do it differently. You're about to claim a new image, one where money flows to you naturally, one where financial relief isn't a dream but a daily experience, one where the version of you who already has money becomes the version you step into right now. Because once you imagine it, and once you feel it as real, life has no choice but to deliver it. And in the next chapter, you'll discover the hidden enemy that blocks this flow. The invisible force that keeps most people stuck, even after they hear this truth. The invisible enemy, anxiety and urgency, blocking the flow. You've just learned that imagination creates reality, but there's a hidden trap most people fall into. It's the reason they imagine and nothing changes, the reason they visualize and still stay broke. That trap is urgency. It's the invisible enemy called anxiety. Right now you might be saying to yourself, I'll imagine money, but I need it fast. I'll picture abundance, but the bills are due tomorrow. I'll believe in wealth, but my bank account says otherwise. And the moment you do that, you cut off the flow. Here's why. When you imagine while feeling desperate, you're not sending out the signal of abundance. You're reinforcing the signal of lack. You're saying to yourself, I don't have it yet. I'm still waiting. I'm still in need. And life responds to that. Not to your words, not to your effort, but to your state. That's why so many people try affirmations for years without results. They say, I am wealthy, I am rich. But underneath, they're still anxious, still doubting, still waiting. So the outer world mirrors exactly that. Waiting, doubt, anxiety. You've probably felt it yourself. You do the exercise, you picture the money, but then you open your eyes and instantly check your account. You look for proof. You search for a sign, and when nothing has shifted in that second, you collapse back into fear. That collapse is the enemy. It cancels the seed before it can grow. Neville compared it to planting. You wouldn't plant a seed in the soil, then dig it up every hour to see if it sprouted. If you did, it would never grow. The soil needs time. The seed needs stillness. And your imagination works the same way. The moment you obsessively check, the moment you worry about when and how, you're digging up the seed. You're stopping the process halfway. So here's the shift you need. You must learn to imagine from calm certainty, not anxious urgency. You must feel the money as already yours, not as something you're begging for. Think about it. When you buy something online, you don't panic every second wondering if it's coming. You trust the order is confirmed. You relax, knowing it's on the way. Your imagination works the same way. Once you've planted the inner scene, the order is placed, and the delivery is inevitable. The invisible enemy wants you restless. It wants you doubting. It wants you desperate. But you can beat it by holding calm assurance. That calmness is not laziness, it's power. It's the signal that tells life, this is already mine, it's already done. And once you step into that signal, money can finally move to you without resistance. In the next chapter, I'll show you exactly how to step into that calm state, not just in theory, but in a simple 5-minute pause that becomes your money miracle. The pause, preparing for the 5-minute miracle. You've seen how anxiety blocks the flow. You've seen how urgency kills the seed before it grows. So now we need to do something different. Before you learn the 5-minute ritual itself, you must prepare your state. Because this isn't just another exercise. It's not a trick. It's a reset. Think of it like charging a battery. If you rush in with panic, you short-circuit the process. But if you enter with calm attention, you activate the current. That's why the pause matters. The pause is not wasted time. It's the foundation that makes the ritual work. So here's what I want you to do. Find a space where you won't be interrupted for a few minutes. Sit down. Let your body settle. Close your eyes if you can. You don't need candles, you don't need music, you don't need anything special. All you need is presence. Now take one slow breath in and one slow breath out. You don't need to force it, just notice your body as it softens. Notice your shoulders drop, notice your heartbeat calming down. This is the pause. And in this pause, something powerful happens. Your mind stops racing forward. Your attention shifts inward, and suddenly you're no longer chasing money out there. You're connecting to the source in here. Neville taught that the state you occupy is more powerful than any action you take. And this pause is how you shift states. It's how you stop being the frantic version of yourself and start being the calm, certain version who already has. Because here's the truth. Money responds to identity, not desperation. And in this pause, you are rewriting your identity. You're not the struggler anymore. You're not the anxious chaser anymore. You're the receiver. You're the one money finds. You're the one who can sit back, breathe, and know it is done. This may feel strange at first. Your old self will want to check the clock. It will want to say, this is a waste of time. But remember, that old self is the one that kept money away. This pause is how you leave it behind. So for the next few minutes, all I ask is simple. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself be still. Let yourself arrive in this new state, because in the stillness, the miracle becomes possible. In the pause, your imagination gains strength. And once you're anchored here, the ritual itself can begin. And that's exactly what we'll do next. You're ready now. The soil is prepared. The ground is calm. And in Chapter 5, we'll plant the seed of your 5-minute money miracle, the ritual, your 5-minute money miracle. Now it's time. You've prepared the soil. You've created the pause. And in the next 5 minutes, you're going to plant the seed that changes everything. So let's begin. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Let your body rest heavy where you sit. No tension, no rushing, just stillness. Now bring your focus to one clear scene, not a vague dream. A scene that proves you already have money. Maybe it's the moment you check your account and see the balance higher than you've ever seen. Maybe it's holding a stack of bills in your hand, the crisp paper reel against your skin. Maybe it's hearing a loved one say, "I'm so glad your money came through." Pick one scene. Keep it simple. Keep it short. And now, step inside it. Don't see it like a movie. Live it like a memory. Feel your hands touching the money. Hear the words of congratulations. Notice the light, the room, the details around you. Bring it close until it feels undeniable. This is not pretending. This is claiming. This is you stepping into the version of yourself who already has. Stay with the feeling. Don't analyze. Don't ask how. Just live it. Let your body believe it. And here's the key. Add gratitude. Whisper inside yourself, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." Not as a request, not as a plea, but as if the money has already arrived. Because in this inner world, it already has. For 5 minutes you live here. You breathe here. You let the feeling wash through every part of you. And as you do, your state changes. The old anxious you dissolves. The new abundant you takes the throne. This is the moment reality bends. Not tomorrow, not next month, now. When the 5 minutes are complete, you don't need to chase. You don't need to beg. You carry this inner proof into your day because the seed is planted and life will not fail to mirror it back. Pause here with me. Notice how even now your body feels different. Lighter, calmer, more certain. That's the miracle beginning to take shape. And if this practice is already shifting something inside you, don't do it alone. Hit subscribe right now. Because we are building a community of people who live by this law and watch money flow to them. You don't want to miss what comes next. Now, keep breathing, keep holding the scene, and when you're ready, open your eyes. But carry the feeling with you. The ritual is complete. The seed is planted. And in the next chapter, you'll learn what to do after the exercise so you don't sabotage the miracle you just created. After the ritual, letting the seed grow. You've done the ritual. You've planted the seed. And right now, you might feel lighter, more calm, more certain. But here's the most important part. What you do after the ritual decides whether the miracle grows or dies. Most people make the mistake of digging up the seed. They imagine for 5 minutes, then immediately start asking, "Where is it? Why hasn't it shown up yet? What if it doesn't work?" And with those questions, they rip the seed out of the soil before it can sprout. You cannot plant and harvest in the same day. You must allow the process to unfold. So here's your new rule. The moment the ritual ends, you act as if it's already done. Not with fake positivity, not with forced smiles, but with quiet confidence. Think about it like an online order. You don't panic every hour asking if your package is coming. You trust the system. You live normally. You go about your day knowing delivery is on its way. Your imagination works the same. Once you've placed the order, once you've felt the scene as real, it is already moving toward you. You don't need to track it. You don't need to force it. You simply need to live in the state of someone who knows it's coming. And here's the beauty. This relaxed state is magnetic. It opens doors you would have missed before. It allows money to flow in through channels you never expected. It brings opportunities that feel almost effortless. But if you collapse back into anxiety, you close those doors again. So how do you keep the state alive? Here's the key. Every time you feel worry rising, every time you're tempted to doubt, stop for a moment, take a breath, and remember the scene. Not with desperation, not to make it happen, but to remind yourself it's already yours. One flash of that feeling is enough to realign you. And with practice, it becomes natural. Soon, you'll carry that inner certainty everywhere you go. At work, at home, in conversations, in decisions. And as you do, life keeps bending around you to confirm it. Money begins to arrive in ways you couldn't plan. Small amounts at first, unexpected refunds, discounts, gifts, then larger streams, new clients, promotions, ideas that generate income. The pattern is simple. The more you relax, the faster it grows. The more you doubt, the longer it delays. So your job after the ritual is not to hustle harder. It's not to demand results. It's to protect your state, guard it, keep it alive, let the seed grow. Because once you do, the miracle has no choice but to break the surface. And in the next chapter, you'll discover how to recognize the first signs of growth, the subtle signals that your money miracle is already unfolding. The signs, subtle proof that the miracle is working, the ritual is done. The seed is planted, and now the soil begins to move. But here's the thing, the miracle doesn't always show up as cash falling from the sky, at least not at first. It begins with signs, small shifts, whispers of proof. And if you miss them, you might think nothing is happening. But if you recognize them, you'll know the process is alive inside you. So what do these signs look like? Maybe someone offers to pay for your lunch unexpectedly. Maybe you find money you forgot you had. Maybe a discount appears right when you need it. Maybe a new idea flashes in your mind, an idea that could lead to income. Sometimes it's even subtler, a sense of calm about money that you've never felt before, a release of the constant pressure in your chest, a sudden trust that somehow things are shifting. These are not accidents, they are proof that your state has changed, proof that the outer world is beginning to mirror your inner world. Remember, money doesn't just rush in full force immediately. It often starts as a ripple and then builds into a wave. Those early ripples are signs that the law is working. And when you honor them, when you celebrate them, you strengthen the process. This is why gratitude matters. The more you acknowledge these small signs, the more momentum they gain, and soon they multiply. But here's the danger. If you ignore the signs, if you say, "That's too small, that doesn't count," you shut the door on the very miracle that's trying to grow. So your job now is simple. Pay attention. Notice the evidence. Celebrate it, no matter how small. because those little signals are the roots breaking through the soil. They mean the fruit is not far behind. And here's what I want you to do right now. Drop a comment below this video and share the first sign you notice. Did someone surprise you with generosity? Did you receive money you weren't expecting? Did you simply feel calmer about finances than you did yesterday? Write it down, because when you declare it, you magnify it. And when others read your comment, they're encouraged to see their own signs too. Together, we build proof that the law never fails. So don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Celebrate it. Because what you celebrate grows. And as you continue, those small ripples of proof will soon become undeniable waves of abundance. In the next chapter, you'll see how to take these signs even further, how to step fully into the identity of the person who doesn't just see signs, but lives permanently in abundance. Stepping into identity, becoming the person. Money finds naturally. The signs have started, the ripples are moving, but here's the truth you must understand. It's not just about getting money, it's about becoming the kind of person money cannot stay away from. Because if you only chase quick results, you'll keep repeating the old cycle. Money comes, then it slips away. You rise for a moment, then fall back again. But if you shift identity, the abundance stays. It becomes natural. It becomes permanent. So ask yourself right now, who am I being? Am I still the struggler, always hoping, always waiting, always worrying about the next bill? Or am I the receiver, the one who lives in the knowing that money finds me, that wealth surrounds me, that opportunities flow toward me like gravity? Your answer to that question decides everything, because life will always mirror your identity, not your effort, not your desperation, your identity. Think of it like this: a poor identity can win the lottery and lose it all in a year. But a wealthy identity can lose money today and multiply it back tomorrow. It's not the money that makes the person, it's the person that makes the money. So here's the shift. You must stop acting like someone trying to get rich. You must begin acting, thinking, and feeling like someone who is already wealthy. Not someday, now. That means, when you wake up, you don't ask, "How will I survive?" You affirm, "I live in abundance." When you spend, you don't fear the loss. You trust the flow. When you think about the future, you don't picture lack. You see opportunities opening before you. This isn't pretending, this is alignment. It's stepping into the version of yourself that has always been waiting beneath the surface. And the more you step into that version, the more the world bends to match it. That's why this is bigger than 5 minutes. The ritual is the spark, but your identity is the fire. And once the fire is lit, money cannot help but move toward you, because you're no longer chasing it, you're radiating it. You've become the magnet. And here's what's beautiful. When you live in this new identity, money is no longer about survival. It becomes a tool, a resource, a natural extension of who you are. And that's when the game changes forever. In the conclusion, you'll see how to carry this identity into every part of your life, and why your 5-minute money miracle was never really about the minutes at all, but about who you've become. The money miracle is you. You've reached the end of this journey, and now you know the truth. Money doesn't start in the bank. It doesn't start with the paycheck. It doesn't even start with the opportunities around you. It starts in you. In your imagination, in your identity, in the way you see yourself when no one else is watching. The 5-minute money miracle is not a trick. It's not magic. It's alignment. It's you choosing for just a few minutes each day to step into the version of yourself who already has. And when you do, life bends to match. The bills shrink, the opportunities expand, the pressure eases, and the flow begins. But remember, this was never just about the money. It was about who you became in the process. You are no longer the struggler. You are no longer the anxious chaser. You are the receiver, the magnet, the one who lives in abundance. because abundance is your natural state. And once you live from that state, money cannot stay away. It must find you. It must serve you. It must reflect who you have chosen to be. So here's your final step. Don't just watch this video. Live it. Practice the ritual. Carry the identity. And watch as your world begins to confirm what you already know inside. And if this journey has shifted something in you, don't leave without subscribing right now, because we are just getting started. In the next video, I'll show you how to transform debt into a portal of prosperity. How the very thing you fear most can become the doorway to wealth. So hit subscribe, click the bell, join the community, and let's walk this path together, because the 5-Minute Money Miracle isn't just a video, it's a beginning. It's your proof that money answers to imagination. And imagination is yours to command. Take one last breath with me. Feel the certainty in your chest and whisper silently to yourself, "It is done," because it is. The miracle is not coming. The miracle is already here. And the miracle is you.